Hello, everybody. First show of 2021. I know I've been on in a while. This is officially episode 120. We're literally coming up on a year that I've been doing this. We're heading that direction. Talk a lot with James Lott Jr. I can't believe it. Um, I've had a lot going on the last 7 days. Been a roller coaster ride. It's nice the first night I felt like I could come on and talk to you guys. It's been a little crazy. Hello, happy New Year, everyone. It's so crazy. It's like I have not been on in a while. I know. I've had a lot going on. I had to take care of personal stuff. It's been kind of crazy. But I'm here, and I had to think about this show actually. And like I said, I've been doing it for almost a year. So it's kind of like we're going into this. I started the show just for a while. Allie Levine, hello. Oh my God, I love everybody. Love on Allie Levine. She's the bomb. I miss you so much. Hi everybody, hair pipe. Hi everybody, coming in. It is 2021. I know I love you, Allie Levine. I love you and the kids and Justin, everybody. I miss you guys terribly. Yeah, the last 7 days have been just very interesting. But it's 2021, people, and we're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it through somehow, right? We're gonna make it through. We're all working hard to just live our lives, and it's these strange times. And for those of us in Southern California, like Allie and myself, and for us in Southern California, it's really tough. Or actually, Mrs. Demira in Northern California too. It's tough up there too. So it's a tough time, right? Ooh. But everybody, say hello to Allie Levine Design. Follow her if you're not following her already. She's amazing, wonderful. She's honest. She's real. She tells it like it is. She's supportive. She's part of my family. So you'll say hi to her. Hi Yvette. Hello. Another great person. Mommy. Hello everybody. The gang is here. Hello. Yes, I'm here. Episode 120, first one of the year. I have some things to tell you. I have all kinds of stuff to tell you. We are rebuilding ourselves. We're becoming stronger through this. I love you too. We are. We have to. We're finding out what we're made of. We are finding out what. Hi, Bell fans, Australia. Love you guys. Love you, Yvette. Love you guys. Yes, it is. We're finding out how strong we really are. We're finding out how versatile we really are. We're having to pivot and adapt and adjust. Yes, her everything with Ali Levine podcast. Follow that too. I know. I want to come on. We got to come on. I got to come on. We got to do it. Um, it's it's tough out there, folks. It is, but it's okay to have feelings. It's okay to have feelings. It's okay to feel a little out of it. It's okay to have bad days. It's okay to want to pull your hair out. I have no hair. I have no hair now. I mean, I've been shaving my head. I got to shave it again. This is like 3 days. It's already growing in. Um, we have to like. I'm big in Australia for some reason. They like my Darth Vader is your father podcast down there too. Australians like me. But Happy New Year, everybody. I mean, it's time for rebirth. It's time for renewal. It's time for um, looking at things freshly. Is that a word? Freshly looking at things. I guess that's probably what I say. Freshly looking at things and figuring it out. Oh, thank you. Um, it's we have to live. That's at the bottom line. We have to find a way to live within the confines of what's going on, and celebrate the small victories and This is part two. See, it's a new year. This is the devil trying to stop me. I'm like, this is a new year. This is part two of episode 120. We had lost some audio. Hoping this is working now. You guys will tell me, I'm sure. Let's see what happens. Hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me now? That was really weird. Oh, you can hear? Okay. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, see, 2021 is trying to keep me down. No, people. Hello, C2REI, Caesar SR Espino. Yes, everybody come back on. We had a bunch of people in there. Hopefully they'll find me again. I don't know what happened to the audio. I don't know what happened. It's Satan trying to keep me down. No, so I'll find a way, Satan. You're gonna stop me from talking. Not gonna shut me up. I got a big mouth. Okay, so if I let folks come back in before I really continue, I got some things to tell you, folks. I have some things to tell you. I was telling you about my friend who died, and that was really rough, and he's a legend in the community. So that I had to deal with that. Okay, everybody come back in. Hope you're finding me. Come back in. There you go. My day was interesting, Ro. I'm going to tell everybody about it. Okay, everybody can hear you okay. All right, come back in. My audio went out. Let's see if they all join again. I got things going on. Okay, come on in. I'll tell you. So, people are finding me. Okay, come on in. That's right, kid. The water's fine. Come on in. I'm gonna post these online. I haven't done it in a long time. I'll post these. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry for my loss to you. It was horrible. I talked to him that day, and he died that night. And he was fine. He wasn't sick. He was fine. So that was kind of a strange, sudden death situation. So folks come back in. Yeah. I think the audio went out with everybody. I don't know what happened. It all went out. So okay. So I'm going to tell you something that happened to me after. So Flobito and I did a show today. And before I went on to do my recording of Claws the series, which went well, by the way, which went really well, by the way, I had an experience with a new family member. So those of you who may know part of my story or some of it, or don't, I had a daughter and I did not know I had one. That's another story. I had a sister, did not know I had one. Well, cut to today, after a day or so of trying to figure it all out, I have a new aunt. We found each other, my mother's half-sister that we knew nothing about. I did the DNA test through Ancestry.com, loaded it up to my page, and it matches you with people. Now, many people on the list I recognize. Is that your second cousin, your third cousin? Yeah, I know who these people are. But two people are at the top of the list, and I did not recognize them. And one, they call them CMs, our markers matched so much. They were like, it could be a cousin, a first cousin, or an aunt. I'm like, but I know my first cousins. I know on that side of the family. I'm like, I know who they are. So there's a picture that wasn't clear. And she contacted me. And was like, are we related? I go, well, we are related because the DNA doesn't lie. So we're related. We just got to figure out who it is. So we weren't sure because of her age. I didn't know her age. Because she kept saying my grandfather's name. I'm going to say his first name, Robert. She kept saying my father was named Robert. So I have my grandpa, who is Robert, and my uncle, who is Robert, his son. So I was like, well, if you're Robert Jr., you're my cousin. If you're Robert Sr., you're my aunt. So we're trying to figure this out. She pulled out a drawing, not even a picture. She had a drawing of her father from the 80s. I had a picture on me of my grandfather from the 60s. So I said, well, let's not kill the suspense. Let's switch pictures. So we switched pictures, And it's the same person. And I went, congratulations. I think you're my aunt or my cousin. So how old are you? So I hate to ask women their age. By the time I ask you your age, she said 65. I go, you're my aunt. And she asked me some questions about my grandfather. My grandfather had hazel eyes, tall, dark, whatever, light skinned, whatever. So I told the whole story about that. She goes, that's my father. And she goes, the last time I saw my father was in 1982 in a cab going away. I met him a couple times as a kid, and I've been looking for him ever since. I found out he died. And I said, yes. I said, he died in 95. I was there at the funeral in New York. So she said to me, I heard he died later, but I came on Ancestry to find my relatives. And not enough people from that side of the family, I guess, have done the test. You have to do the test to be matched up with other people. So then I came on and did my test. It matched us up. And so that's what's crazy. So we started talking, and I go, yeah, my grandfather loves cigars. She goes, yes, and that's why I love cigars, because of my father. So I said, well, welcome to the family. I'm your nephew. She broke down. It was a big thing for her. It's a huge thing for her. She's like, you're my nephew? Do I have brothers and sisters? I go, yes, I said, there's several that are dead and several that are alive, including my mother, who's your half-sister. So I haven't told my mother yet. Or my uncle, who I talked to, Uncle Ron. I haven't told him yet either. I told my brother and sister here. I told them. We're all just kind of like freaking out a little bit. But I said, I'm going to see my mom tomorrow. So homegirl sent me a picture. Oh, that's the thing. So she sent me a picture of herself. She looks just like my grandmother. My great-grandmother, my grandfather's mother. I'm like, you look just like her. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is crazy. You look just like my great-grandmother. So I'm like, we're definitely aunt and nephew. So because I wanted it to be about her, not about me. So I let her have the moment because she was overwhelmed and she was thanking me. She was like, you changed my life, James. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. This is overwhelming. And she started crying. This is like overwhelming for me. And I was like, no, I understand. You just found out you have relatives. So now all the things you did, because my grandfather cheated on my grandmother to have her, basically. So that's the whole thing. So it's like, so she didn't grow up with my grandfather. I grew up with him as my grandfather. So she has all these questions. I said I will answer them. Whenever you're ready. Take your time. I'm not. Don't take it. Breathe it all in. Take your time. Hopefully I'm not going nowhere anytime soon. And so this all happened just tonight, a few hours ago. So we're kind of like, I let her have the moment. She thanked me profusely. And so it's going to be interesting. My great grandmother's name was Arthuretta, of all things. Arthuretta Estelle. My grandfather's Robert. My new aunt, her name is Deborah. She lives in Florida. And it's crazy. So it doesn't stop there, kids. Oh, I got more stories. It doesn't stop there. The next person down on the list, we're even more related. So it shows on there, this person could be my first cousin, a half aunt or uncle, or a sibling. I went, what? It could be a half sibling for me. I got 10,000 siblings. I don't need any more. But I thought, how ironic, as I mourn the death of my brother and his birthday that was on the 2nd, am I getting another sibling? So now I'm waiting to hear back from that person. Our DNA connected so heavily from my father's side. Now, my father and I do not speak. My grandmother, who's alive, we do not speak either. I don't speak to anybody on that side of the family, really. I speak to very few lots. Ironically, very few lots. So now it's like I'm waiting to hear back from this person. Our DNA matched on the white side of my family. All of our white side, the French, the Scottish, the Dutch, it all matched that. So now I'm like, I don't, I'm a little, we're kind of, I told my brother and sister, we're kind of scared for this one, and we can't tell if it's a man or a woman. It just says their name, which I'm not going to say on here, of course, but it says there, it just has, it has their first initial and their last name, and they're saying they're around my age. So I don't, that's all I know right now, and so I'm waiting to hear back from them if we are actually related. We're related. We're definitely related. But are you my first cousin or are you my half sister or sibling? I'm not done there. One of my half sisters, we found out, is also my cousin through her mother. So my half sister is not in ancestry, but her mom is. And I kept seeing the last names as part of my family. Now we're all from Louisiana, Creole. Totally get this. Got it. But then it was like, except going down, then I saw her name. So the woman who is the mistress through my father and mother's marriage is actually his cousin. I know. It's like, where am I on Days of Our Lives, General Hospital? It's like, it's kind of this crazy, crazy thing. And I just did the DNA just to see the markers of where, what, I wasn't looking for relatives. That was the last thing I'm looking for. I know, it does. I was just like, I just wanted to see what the markers would be. And I got all this. This is all within the last day or so. So folks like, James, are you okay? I'm like, I'm having some moments right now. I mean, I had a major loss and deal with the loss of somebody else, and then now I'm gaining things. Like, I mean, it's just like, so I'll tell you, just took it, Tony. Well, there you go, Tony. There you go. I say everybody should do it. Do it. Take the test. Do it. You never know. It's a trip. It's a total trip. So that's my life the last like 3 hours. It's a trip. So you just never know. It is a lot to process. Thank you. You are 100% that B. That's right, Gertie. Now I see what you're doing. Now you're like the song. That's so funny. But it's a trip. It was a trip to find that out. So in between trying to record one of my episodes of my show, do casting call Zoom meetings, organize my life. I'm working on a song with my friend Caesar. I have like 20 things going on at the same time throughout the day as I'm like getting these messages and phone calls. And so, so someone asked on her earlier about my mother. So I'm just going to tell her and my uncle, who I'm close to, Uncle Ronald. I'm going to tell them both, I found your half sister. I will show them a picture. It's up to them what they want to do with that or not. I have no expectations or anything. I'm just going to tell them. It's up to them. She's in Florida. My uncle's in Pennsylvania. My mother's out here in LA. I have no idea I have no idea how they're going to react. I have no idea how they're going to feel. I'm just going to just tell them. This information I found. I wasn't looking for it. It just kind of happened. And however they feel is however they feel. I mean, it's their sibling. So I mean, it's up to them. And how do I feel in terms of, this? I have no idea. Because of COVID, I'm not traveling anywhere. So it's not like normally I would have popped on a plane and went and saw her and met her and did all that. Hello, Jonathan. I don't know what I'm going to do. Because right now I'm not really traveling or anything. So right now, I don't know anything about her, to tell you the truth. She's retired. That's what it is. She's retired. So, hi, Dave Moxley. So she's retired. I don't know if she has kids. That means if she has kids, I have cousins. I don't know. I'm telling you guys, this literally just happened a few hours ago. And so I made it about her, not about me. Because for her, it's bigger than, me gaining a new auntie It's shocking at 51 years old to gain a new auntie, but for her, it's about her father. So I was like, I need to let her. I didn't ask a lot of questions of her except for her age and a few other things. But she's my new aunt. Her father's dead, but she gained a bunch of new siblings and nieces and nephews, and cousins. I mean, she gained a whole new family that she has. And she's 65 years old, gaining a whole new family. Like that must be a trip. So I don't know. Oh, Raul, I just told the whole story. I can't tell it again. I just told the whole story. You missed it. It was on Ancestry.com. We matched up. We did it. We did DNA test, and it matched up, and she reached out to me. That's how I found out I have an aunt. The DNA thing is very accurate because I recognize the cousins that are on there. I go, yeah, that is my cousin. That is my cousin. Like they whoever does the test, it's very accurate. So all I did was she wanted to know. She wanted to know if that was her father. I confirmed my grandfather was her father. That was the only number one concern of the whole conversation. We had to find out who she was, and she wanted to find out who she was, and she has a million questions. She told me. So I told her, take your time. We'll get there. Breathe it all in, and I will fill you in on whatever you want to know. That's fine. So that's all she. All I cared about was confirming that. Again, I don't know what that means. My grandfather's not alive. There's no money. It was like I don't have to worry about that. There's nothing. Anything he had is gone. My grandmother, who was married to him, she's dead. As many of you know, I was close to her. She died 4 years ago. The day after Scrabble, I lost my grandmother and my dog the same weekend. So literally this would be purely a family thing. Now for me, one of the reasons why I didn't want to be super public on there, because I'm in the public eye and I'm known by some folks out there. Whenever the relatives I did know about, they would always come to me asking for money, asking for be on my shows. They saw me as something that I'm not, just because I'm the relative that's on TV, or the relative that has books, the relative, kind of thing. So I always kept saying I don't really want to be too public out there in terms of I'm not looking for relatives. I want them because they'll see my name and start popping up everywhere. But this person, I have no idea who she is. Maybe she's that. I don't know if she's that way or not. I don't know. But you can't get blood out of a turnip, I guess. I don't know. It's fine. But I was like, I'm kind of cautious on there to see what's going on. But no one else has bothered me or said anything. But she was looking for her father, and I thought that's the least I can do is like confirm what that is for her. So whatever that means for her will be very interesting to see what she does with that. But for me, I'm saying I'll let her lead, and I will. I know it's been 4 years. Scrabble, my grandmother died 4 years ago. This year, it'll be this year. It'll be 4 years in August, but it's this year. Max died 3 years. Max died 5 years ago this year, which is really strange for me. I had Bell's palsy 3 years ago this year. It's like it was a rough 3 or 4 years for me. The time is going by fast. It's going by really fast. Yeah, so I got Bell's palsy in 2018. Grandma and Scrabble died in 2016, and Max died in 2015. Because I was at AfterBuzz. So it's kind of crazy. Time goes by fast, kids. It goes by fast. It goes by in an instant. It goes by in an instant. It's the craziest thing. But anyway, so that's kind of that was my journey. I said losing a good friend, gaining a family member within 7 days. Like, who does that? James Lott Jr. does that, of course. My life has always been this strange thing. It's strange. It's like totally strange. But yeah, it'll be interesting telling my mother tomorrow, hi, you have a sibling, and here's what she looks like. At least I have a picture. I can say, here, girl, take a look. It's going to be really interesting. I just, yeah. Very interesting. So, but yeah, so that's the deal with me on there, and that's why I've been kind of not online so much. Just try. I'm also trying to organize my career, organize my business. Had a very successful first almost year because it's not quite a year yet, but a successful 2020. In spite of what happened, in spite of like 4 months of not doing anything, um, I had a successful year as an online network. For me, this is for some people, this is small potatoes, but for me, I did 80,000 downloads over 8,000 in 1 year of my audio stuff, and over 81,000 views on my YouTube channel in just 1 year. And I went from 320 something subscribers. I now have over 1,200. That's just in what, 8 months. So I'm very happy that JLJ Media is expanding. People are tuning in. Mistletoe Road was a success. It just finished on Monday. So Mistletoe Road was a nice, modest hit. The numbers are pretty good. Thank you so much for anybody who listened to it. Continue to listen to it. It's great. Season 2 will be happening. I completely ended on a cliffhanger. It'll be back next Christmas. So go ahead and take a listen to it. The episodes did really well. Fairer in a Day. The first season did amazingly well. It was a huge hit for us. The Christmas episode was a hit. Season 2 of Fairer in a Day starts on February 1st. I just announced Cupid's Crossing. That will be out for Valentine's Day, Valentine's week. I just hired the cast. We're going to start shooting next week. It's going to be a funny take on love and Cupid. There's a whole thing there. And I have like 12 other productions in production. So that's a lot of stuff. And I have new shows coming up. If you're on Clubhouse, I'll be doing my first talk on Clubhouse this Thursday at 11 a.m. I'm at James Lott Jr., so I'm doing that. I want to do more live stuff. I'm doing an Extra Connections live tomorrow night at 7. I'm going to start doing more. I'm doing another one on Sunday. So I'm going to just start doing more live panels, talking about content creation and overcoming fear and just kind of like telling people, giving insight to what I do and how I do stuff. Have some fun with it with some of my friends, working on that. The Sunday Soap Block returns this weekend. This Sunday, it's the new seasons of all the shows. We have new seasons of Bold and Beautiful, Mini Spotlight, Y&R Mini Spotlight, JH Mini Spotlight, Daytime Today. It's all new seasons. New graphics. Thank you, Marissa Serafini. And just new attitude. I'm working on some surprises. So I'm sorry, last couple weeks we were on, of course, because we took the break. GH has been really good. We're going to talk about all of that. Me, Lucretia, and Frank, and then me and Tammy and Amanda. I mean, we're going to. I mean, it's going to be a fun week. And I want to say thank you to all the Taraya fans on Y&R. That video with Cameron Grimes and Caitlin Fairbanks is now at 11,000 views in just 1 month. 11,000 views. It's my second most watched video on the net. I mean, I had no idea their fan base was that big. So, and it continues to keep going. So thank you for that. And also, those of you guys watching my interview with Sean Kanan about Cobra Kai. I don't know if you guys are watching Cobra Kai on Netflix. It's out now. That interview is all of a sudden it's doing gangbusters also. So thank you so much for that. It's very interesting. So I got audio dramas, I got podcasts, I got interview shows, I got new music coming out, new books coming out. Okay, so I'm working on right now. I've been laying low and working on all that stuff to make sure that it all flows nicely. But I'm updating my website, updating everything. Yeah, it's been a very interesting, busy time for me and the company. It's not as easy running a network. Like, I think it was gonna be super easy. I mean, I have this actually next week will be my 12-year anniversary of Super Organizer. So I mean, I've run companies obviously before, but a network is a whole other thing. And I don't know, I'm spilling tea or not. I don't know if you read in People Magazine, but This to me signals the real end of AfterBuzz TV. Kevin and Maria are moving to Nashville apparently, to try to start a family and take care of themselves outside of Los Angeles. That's in People Magazine, folks. I'm not making it up. And so that to me just says that AfterBuzz TV is just not coming back. I mean, that's just my prediction. That's my thought about that. I don't think it is. So all the AfterBuzz fans, I'm so sorry. All the hosts that were hoping AfterBuzz would come back, I highly doubt at this point now that that's going to happen. They've been on summer hiatus since last summer. So unless they were thinking Australian summer also or whatever, I don't know what's going on. You tell me, bold fans, Australian. I have no idea, but a lot of your hosts are out there doing their projects on their own channels, so go support them. If you're a fan of theirs on AfterBuzz, be a fan of theirs on their channels. Go support them and see what they're doing. Some are doing the shows that you liked on other channels, and some are doing new content. So I say support them if you can, or follow them on Twitter, Instagram. See what they're up to. See what they're doing. Some of the hosts are floundering around and they're trying to figure it out. Support them, give them encouragement. It's not easy creating content and putting it out there. I mean, it's easy on one level. There's ways to do it, but to actually do it is not. It's kind of crazy. Oh yeah, okay. So let's make a deal. Almost forgot. Yeah, okay, did. So I believe it's tomorrow. I've been DVRing it all week. They told me my Let's Make a Deal episode was January 6th. I'm not sure. So I said, let me just DVR the whole week, just in case. So I have not watched today's episode yet. I came on here to talk to you guys. But to my knowledge, it's tomorrow. So those of you who don't know this, I filmed an episode a while back of Let's Make a Deal with Wayne Brady. I was dressed as a giant taco. And Wayne asked me to do something on camera that I did. Also, I sit up front the whole episode because of COVID. It was very strict. It was very well organized. We had to stay in pods when we first got there. A little behind the scenes stuff. We had to stay in pods, and then we had to be tested. We were tested. We had to get COVID tested the day before. Stay in pods when we get there. Temperature taken when we were there. Then brought in, and because there is no, what do you call it? There was no audience, no studio audience like they normally had. We had to be spread out. They had the stage. It was a well-oiled machine. There was a well-oiled machine. And we were spread out around the room. I was seated up front. So you see me almost the whole time. A big giant fucking taco sitting there. And then we had to clap and do all this stuff so that to make up for the noise. So so you'll find out what happens to me if you watch the episode. So I'm going to DVR it, and then I'll look tomorrow to see if I'm on. But Let's Make a Deal is on CBS. I believe it's it's in the morning. It's like 10 o'clock, I think. I think it's 10 o'clock in the morning or something like that. I forgot what DR. And yeah, so one of James Lott Jr.'s adventures on television. And Wayne was super nice. Wayne was great. We talked in between moments, and he was very, very cool guy. We're the same age. No, Tony, I think it's tomorrow. I was just telling them, they told me January 6th, but something like that can change. So I'm DVRing the whole week. Because Christina Sullivan, who's on Forever and a Day and Mistletoe Road, she did an episode before me. So I'll know when I watch, if I see her first, then mine's the next one. I think she said hers was supposed to be January 5th today, I think. I'm not sure. So we'll see. I mean, I'm DVRing tomorrow's too, and we'll see what happens. So I don't know. If you see me on there, let me know. Tony Moore knows how it is doing game shows. If you see me, let me know. And And I'll try to get stills from it and stuff, and would post it if I'm on there. I'm scared to watch it. I'm telling you, I already know what happened, and I'm scared to watch it. Isn't that crazy? I'm like, I know exactly what happens. I was fucking there, and I'm scared. I'm scared to watch it. So, um, yeah, it's very interesting. I know. It's like I haven't done television in like 10 months, and I do it. I'm a giant taco. Like that's just my life. Um, yeah, I don't know. So I'm very interesting. Yeah, usually I know they do, but we'll see. Well, like, they told me that they usually stay on schedule, but it may change. They did say that. They think they gave me a website to look at. I haven't done all that. I've been too busy gaining relatives to be looking at the website. So I didn't look and see if it's changed or not. But I think when my folks said they still thought it was still on. But anyway, so we'll see. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll find out tomorrow if I'm on. Um, but I'll be at my mom's. Maybe I'll be at my mom's. I'll have to call her tonight and tell her to DVR it. I guess I'll do that after I get off of here. Maybe we'll watch it together. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Oh my god, so crazy. So we'll see. I know my life is just fucking. It's all over the place. It's like I'm gaining relatives. I'm losing friends. I'm on Let's Make a Deal. I mean, like what's going on? Let me drink some of my wine. It's for my niece Jessica. Thank you, Jessica. For oh, did you guys see this? Let's do a little show and tell for a second. Because it's cold in LA, my niece gave me this. Let's see if I can put this on correctly. Let me turn the light on. So she gave me this thing. It is the softest thing on earth. It's called a Snuggie or something. Let me put this on. Oh my god. This is so crazy. It's so huge. It's like the biggest thing on earth. Oh my god, I love. She gave me this thing. It's so crazy. Oh, I put it on backwards. Oh my god, I put it on backwards. Obviously, I've never dressed myself in a long time. It's crazy talk. Oh my goodness. It's like my show and tell portion of the show. You're like, what the fuck? This thing is so big. It's crazy. It's big. Let's see if I can show it to you in my. This is what I'm wearing. This thing is like huge. It's so soft. And it's so warm. I can't even see myself. So my sister Tanya sent me this thing in the mail. It has hand pockets. It is huge. It's a blanket mixed with a thing. It's like dead chinchilla. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's fake, whatever it is, but it's really warm. It's so warm. This was sent to me. Like, I'm like, would I ever actually wear this? I don't know. I don't know if I'd actually wear this. But this is what they gave me. I'm already sweating in it already. I gotta take this thing off. I'm already sweating already in this thing. So it's doing its job. Oh wait, where am I? So it's doing its job. So I gained an auntie and I gained this thing. This thing is huge. I know it's fake. I'm sure it's fake fur. I'm sure it's fake. But it feels so good. So good. So that goes over there. Woo! I'm sweating for that thing. That was crazy talk. So they sent me that. It was warm. It was warm and comfortable. And I got these shoes for Christmas. So here we go. You always see Papa Bear and you always see Mama Bear, right? Have you ever seen... Where are they? Let me show you. Here you go. Uncle Bear. My niece found this. You never see Uncle Bear. Am I crazy? That's what I got. These are I love slippers. It gets so cold in the morning. So, That's what was going on there. I know. It's crazy. Last saw you, I know. That's crazy. It's so funny. I get cold very easily. My house is an older home here in South Los Angeles, in Inglewood, that doesn't have insulation, and I don't have central air and heat. So I do what I can to stay warm. So that snuffy thing, probably will come in handy. I mean, it's crazy talk, but I was sweating it just now. So I'm like, that could be good then. And I love slippers. I wear a size 14 shoe, so it's always hard to find me slippers sometimes. So that was interesting. So, yes. So I got that. So keep me warm in this house. I know, it's like just stupid. Um, I do. Charmland Entertainment. Hello, you guys. Um, So lost a friend, gained a relative, possibly gained another relative. Um, Shows are doing really well. End of the year really well for a first year. I gotta look and see what my anniversary date is for the show. I don't even know. I mean, I gotta figure that out. When I decided to go public, so to speak, when I decided to do an online network, it's not easy, not easy. But I'm doing it. That's Mona Lisa behind me. She's back there watching me. Um, she's been up here for like 30 years. Um, but yeah, just kind of. Oh, and Charming Entertainment. I read something you sent me and I loved it. I'll make sure I tell you that. Yes, all kind of deals going on. I got all kind. My hands are everywhere. I got things over here and things over there and things over here and things over there. Um, I love it. Collaborations here, collaborations there. I love it. Makes the world go round. No man is an island, right? I think. Am I using that correctly? I think it's the right saying. Man is an island. Um, it's nice to be with like-minded people doing like-minded things. I do like that. So you did. So I did. I could pull off that role. I could do it. All right. So I read it. I'm like, I could totally do it. I could totally do it. People are trying to get me to be an actor again. I'm like, I am a producer. I am a writer. I am a director. My acting days are behind me, and then I get pulled into stuff and become an actor again. I know. I'm acting in one show right now that I created. I made a role for myself, and now I'm acting in it. I'm like, I didn't plan on doing that. Um, I have so much good stuff coming out for you guys. Some good stuff. I'm mapping everything out. I have books. I'm mapping everything out for 2021. Getting it all organized. I have some great folks on my network. It's just been wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. People, great folks. I'm exploring this Clubhouse thing because it's a lot of famous people on there. I came onto a panel. I was asked to for the first time the other day. My friend Michael DeBarge. Yes, of those DeBarges. I am friends with some of the DeBarges. Yes. And he called me in, and I spoke on that panel with some singers, some famous singers. So it's very interesting. So I'm going to host my own room. And Brandon, I gave you an invitation. You should go on. At least you should go on there. I think you will love it. It's a great entrepreneurial mindset place. And I mean, I was listening to some Sean Combs thing. I mean, the other day. I mean, it's very interesting. You're in the room with famous people. And sometimes you get to talk too. It's very interesting. Everybody's talking about it. I thought, okay, I'll try it out. You have to be invited. I was invited. So if you're already on there, I'm under James Lott Jr. Of course, like everything in my life is James Lott Jr. or GLJ Media, but it's James Lott Jr. mostly. And I'm exploring it. It's all audio, no video. That part's a little weird. You just see little faces talking, or pictures. But audio is the thing, I guess, now, right? There's that stereo app, which is all audio. Clubhouse is all audio dramas, audio books. It's all one of my actors, Robert, just recorded an audio book for one of my books. And I heard part of it, and it was so strange having someone read my words about my life back to me. I had to stop for a second. I'm like, this is a little weird. But he's good. He's so good. And I was like, oh my God, you could play me in my life story. I was like, and then you can play me in my life story, I guess. But he so far from when I listened to a little bit, I'm like, he did a great. I have to just watch myself. Like this is it's different than people reading my fiction. It's different. Reading my real life back to me is like and doing the emotions. I'm like it's really strange. I'm like it's a trip. I'm just like this is a trip. So yeah, so that's gonna be really interesting. Just know that. Will I release it? Probably. I have to figure out how I'm gonna do that. Clubhouse is scary. I know Flobito's on there. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting place, and I haven't fully explored it yet because I clearly I've had a lot of things going on recently last week or so. But I want to explore it some more and see kind of what's. I had to turn off my notifications because I was getting too many. Like, oh yeah, I'm following all these people, but I do want to see what its potentially is. They say it's like LinkedIn but better, so to speak. And I've been using LinkedIn. I've been having some success with LinkedIn. I was like, how do you use LinkedIn? And now I've been using it and work it out. You know, so yeah, more live stuff tomorrow night. It's me and George Hermosa. Um, Sunday it's me, Flo Bito, Jack Farmer, and Tony Moore doing part 2 of our discussion. Flo Bito and I did a show with Phil Svitek. I have more coming. I just have all kinds of live stuff coming. I'm gonna start doing some Facebook lives. So keep an eye out. If you're not following me on Facebook, follow me on Facebook on all my shows. I'm gonna start doing Facebook lives. We have a lot of stuff that I'm gonna try for 2021. Um, yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff that I'm working on. I mean, it's just like it's there's so much to do. There's so much to do in this business. You don't just wake up. You don't just wake up and do it. You have to really think it out. You have to plan it. There's a lot that goes into this thing of trying to grow yourself and grow your brand and grow your audience. And and I've been in this business. Like I said, it'll be 13 years, and I'm still like, oh, geez, I'm getting old, but I do love it. I do love it, of course. I love it. I mean, I do. But I'm just like, I'm not a 25-year-old anymore, a 30-year-old anymore, or 40-year anymore, or 50-year-old anymore. It's getting a little. It's like I can get a little tired. I mean, I have a lot of energy. You know me, I have a lot of energy still. But I do get a little tired. It's like this is a lot of work to do this. But I like I said earlier on the show, it's a privilege. I'm blessed to do this. I get to talk to you guys at night and just like shoot the shit or whatever. It is. It's a blessing. I get to talk. I know it's like to not be able to talk. So it's crazy. I know for a lot of my relatives and friends who live elsewhere, they look at me and go, wow, you're doing something that we could never even imagine. And that used to be me. I just never thought that these things that I'd be doing right now are just even possible. Like owning I never thought I'd own a business. I never thought I'd own a home. I never thought any of that stuff. I just thought that's for somebody else. That is not for me. And it can happen to anybody, I guess. I mean, so that's kind of the lesson. Is like you shouldn't limit yourself, I guess, in your thoughts. We're the biggest haters of ourselves most of the time than anybody else. So we gotta not do that. So yeah, shoot the shit. You never heard that one? That's an old school. I'm showing my age. That's an old school saying. I mean, you gotta shoot the shit. Yeah, they say it all the time. Um, I'm turning into my parents. I'm saying sayings all the time now. I'm like, oh God. I'm turning into them. I pull them out like they do to me. My grandmother used to always say these things. I'm saying things she used to say. I'm like, it's just. I guess that's the cycle of life. It just gets traveled down to the next generation. No, each generation says it's gonna be different or not. That's the lesson. They're not different. Every generation is the same. Ultimately, if we all get old, it's the same. Not different at all. It's all lies. They're telling you lies. Not the same. So everybody's doing okay. I hope everybody's hanging in there. It's a scary time everywhere. People have gone buck wild out there. I'm seeing all these videos. They're just scary. People anti-maskers, gays in Puerto Vallarta. people flying and catching in airplanes, people are dying. I mean, it's a crazy time period. It's so there was a guy waving a gun around right outside my house today. Then he called police on him. He's just like, just showing a gun. I got a gun. Everybody got a gun. I'm like, what was that about? It was the weirdest thing. I was like, okay, James, stay in the house. I stayed away from the windows and the doors until the police came and got him. I was like, what? There's a guy with machete the other day in my neighborhood that was like trying to cut up people with machete. I was like, what is this world come to? I can't even leave my house. Can't go outside. It's crazy. So I was like, okay, that Citizen app is scary. It tells you all kind of stuff. I'm like, I didn't want to leave my house. You know what Citizen is? It's an app on phones where it tells you all the incidents that are happening, all the crimes that are happening, usually in your neighborhood. And it's kind of scary. I get a little thing of like, what's happening? What's going on? What's going on? Like, what's going on? It is the craziest app. They need to move. I ain't moving nowhere. I love my house. I love my yard. I will not find the pricing that I have here anywhere else. It's like I will take that, I guess. If a guy with machete comes down the street, I will come in the house and lock the door and turn on the alarm. He ain't getting in. If he can get in, then he can machete me. But he's gonna fight to get in this house. But yes, it's just the world's gone crazy everywhere, right? So you can't really go anywhere anyway. Just trying to hold on. Just trying to stay black and hold on. That's all I'm trying to do. No, but it's yeah. So I'm just trying to work it all out. It's almost 11 o'clock. I've been on here I had to stop and start again. So my hour, I'm going to end it at an hour. I think this lasts longer than an hour now. I'm not sure. I heard something like that. But I'm going to get off and actually call my mother. I'm not going to tell her about the sister yet. I'm going to tell her that tomorrow. But I'm going to ask her. I'm going to tell her some other stuff. And everyone, please, this is Talk A Lot with James Lott Jr. I will, I guess, continue doing these. This is episode 120, part 2. I guess I'll continue doing these. I mean, I said I'd do them as long as the pandemic's happening, so the pandemic has not ended. It has not ended. The pandemic is still here to stay so far. I don't know what's going on. So I guess I'll keep doing these. I'm going to try to post this on my YouTube channel. I haven't done one in a long time. That's JLJ Media, of course. Good night, everybody. Please stay safe. Please wear a mask or stay home. And also remember, wipe down surfaces. Surfaces are very important. Make sure hand sanitizer, all that kind of stuff. Do it.